Alright, and welcome back to another GeoGuessr video, and in today's video I'm going to play a community world, and I've set the script on so there'll be no Google car in any of the rounds, so no Google car metas, nothing to help me out in that regard. Yeah, I'm going to see how more difficult it is, and see if we can see if I can still get the country, see if I can still work out the country right, and yeah, without further ado, let's jump in. If you do go on to like today's video, then we appreciate if you could like and subscribe as well. It'd be much appreciated. And I've got some new music out as well. Got a new single out, and I'm releasing more tunes very soon. So I would be appreciated if you could check out the link in the description. That'll take you to all my recent releases. So yeah, let's jump in. And first one, yeah, see, we've got this massive blur around the Google car, so none of that meta will help us today. But yeah, I probably will try and practice this a little bit more often, because I do want to try and get the try and work out like poles or vegetation more rather than constantly relying on the Google car, which yeah, it helps expand your knowledge. So looks like we're drawing on the left hand side here, and looks very Southeast Asian. I assume with this language as well, probably Malaysia or Indonesia. It's probably Indonesia, I'd say though. Maybe just, I don't know, with how the houses look and everything. No, maybe that kind of poster there as well. Reminds me of more what you'd see in Indonesia. Very tropical looking. Is there any place names on here? Yeah, we're going to be doing this video now moving as well, because I really want to test myself to see how I do without the Google car metas. But yeah, we'll go Indonesia. I think I need to work on, yeah, poles and stuff, because I assume for a lot of pro players that know this off the pole, like know what kind of region of Indonesia it is, but I'm not the best in that department. So yeah, we'll just go. I reckon it looks quite like, it looks like it could be more like kind of on the same latitude as Bali, just because like I've seen Bali before, very tropical looking, exotic. So I think we'll be somewhere on Java. Ooh, nice. We were actually pretty close there, and I was actually kind of right with that Bali shout. It kind of gave me a similar kind of ish vibe to Bali that I've seen before, but yeah, I didn't realise beyond this island there. But fair enough, decent guess, I'll take that. I'm not sure if East Java would have even been possible there, but in terms of how close we were, I think that's alright. Okay, this one, we drove on the right hand side, looks quite northern, doesn't it? Probably Canada, with this one, with a single yellow in the middle. Looks like we had a wooden sign over there as well. Yeah, it just looks very northern, very cold looking, doesn't it? Probably, yeah, so high up in Canada. Now, this is going to be a bit tricky, because I'm not exactly sure what part, like what side, whether it would be more on the west, or maybe it's more on the east, because we're not, like, it's hilly, but it's not, like, really mountainous. So maybe we're at, like, northern Quebec or something. Is there anything? I wonder if, because, oh yeah, I wonder if I could see like an Alberta bollard in the distance, but this isn't Alberta anyway. So yeah, we'll just go we'll go somewhere up here. Oh, okay, a bit more further east there. Should have committed a bit more to the east side, but, oh, I mean, I'll take that. It's not too bad. We've got Canada. Okay, this one, it looks like we're in Europe, short dash on the side. Would make me think Sweden, but it could be other places as well. Other European countries can do that, but it is just commonly found in Sweden. But I think these dashes might be even a little bit too short for Sweden, actually. And we have the like A-frame poles here, which kind of remind me more of the Baltic countries. And I suppose with this kind of circle, it would lead me towards maybe like Estonia, Latvia, that kind of way. Maybe Lithuania, but it looks, I don't know, I'm getting a vibe it's like slightly more northern than that. Yeah, we'll go Estonia, I think. I think it's between Estonia and Latvia, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Nice, good stuff. Estonia it was. Yeah, that can be a little bit tricky, that, getting the exact Baltic country. Okay, this one, ooh. I'm trying to remember what European countries use this kind of chevron colour. Bollards are quite generic for Europe, I'd say. There is probably like white at the back, red at the front. I know that is that. I have seen those before. I have seen those before. I can't remember exactly which country or countries use that. Now I don't think it's Germany, because I think you'd see like the 2 dots on the back of it, like they have grey reflectors on the back. So I don't think it's Germany, and I don't think Germany have these colour chevrons either. Can't be Poland, can't be Czechia or Slovakia. Maybe it's Hungary. With that, with the top of that, maybe. I'm interested to see what European country this is, because I do need to touch on the chevron colours. So I'm not exactly sure, but I think I will go Hungary here because how flat it is. Nice, good vibe there. Just vibed it out really, just with how flat it was. Yeah, the Google card wouldn't really helped us there anyway, I don't think. Nah, just like a generic European Google car. But yeah, I assume, just process of elimination, I thought Hungary was probably the most likely. Bollards and yeah, the chevron colours didn't match up with the some other countries. So moving on, it's a good round. Good round. Okay. Ooh. Looking like that kind of language, maybe. We do have holy poles, but they don't go all the way to the ground. My first thought was Poland, which would make sense, I think, because we have the holy poles. The holes don't go all the way to the ground, and it just kind of looks a bit Polish, doesn't it? I wasn't 100% sure on the language at first being Polish, but I can see that being Polish. Yeah, we don't really have much else, but yeah, it just kind of reminds me of Poland with these poles. It couldn't. I was thinking with the language, I was actually thinking Czechia or something at first, or Slovakia, but would. Are these holy poles a little bit different actually than the normal ones? No, I think we've got to go Poland. I haven't seen poles like that other than Poland, Hungary, and Romania, so which is the matter. So yeah, let's go there. Was it Poland? It was Poland. Yeah, no wonder why it kind of gave me a little bit more of like a Czechia, Slovakia vibe, because we were southern. So yeah, that does make sense actually. That's a pretty good game. That's actually not a bad little game at all. But we can go again. We'll go again. Hope you're enjoying the video so far. I think we're actually up to yeah, we've got 5 countries so far. So long may it continue. Ooh. This one's a bit tricky. So the sun looks like it's more in the north. So it looks like we're looking at southern hemisphere. Quite tropical looking with these palm trees. Let's see, was there like a sign there maybe? Can't make out any language. Southern hemisphere looking like this. A little bit tricky. However, it just, I think it is Southeast Asia. Just with that like building there, the poles as well. Is this? I'd say this is probably Indonesia. We suppose we can't trust the sun too much because it kind of is more in the west, isn't it? Really, slightly in the north, but it's one of those you can't really fully trust it. So honestly, I think we should just go Indonesia. I think that's probably the best bet here, and it looks a bit. Even for Indonesia, it looks a little bit more unique looking, so maybe we're on like Sulawesi or something. I actually think we could be. Oh, actually Malaysia there. Yeah, fair enough. Sarawak, I think, yeah, that is classed under there, so not an awful guess by any means. Bit hard, but yeah, let me know if there's anything I could have got to distinguish Malaysia and Indonesia there, because I think that was a little bit tricky. So yeah, clearly in the US there we have a flag. Speed limit sign as well, not maximum, as you find in Canada. That's the one thing I need to learn actually. I could do a video on that, learning different US plates and number plates and stuff. I think that'd be quite cool. But yeah, I mean, I think we've got to vibe this out really. It doesn't look too far south. It does actually look quite far. It looks fairly northern, doesn't it? It does look fairly northern. And probably more on the east side, on the east coast, so yeah, this kind of architecture would back that up. Yeah. So I'd say with this kind of, we're probably anywhere from like Minnesota, Wisconsin and east, kind of, so anywhere from here and then east, I think we're going to be somewhere there, so maybe, trying to think, had a US round that didn't look too dissimilar to this today. I'm trying to remember where it was. I think it was like Massachusetts, so maybe we should... I think we are like somewhere there. Oh, I should have hedged a little bit more, but I was right with that. We were east of Minnesota, Wisconsin, but yeah, Ohio makes sense. Yeah, it was somewhere in that vicinity. Okay. Yellow on the outside, drawing on the right. I mean, it should be Israel then, shouldn't it? If it was drawn on the left, then it would probably be Southern Africa, but we're drawn on the right. It's very, yeah, this kind of just quite arid looking. It's like the mixture of two climates, isn't it, this kind of the world? Because in this, like, quite green, more green up here, and then, like, it just transforms into more and more desert the further you go down. It's quite interesting landscapes. Somewhere in Israel, or maybe Palestine, perhaps, actually, as well. And actually, yeah, to confirm that we don't have a yellow plate, I forgot to mention that. So I think that would stray me away from Israel and put me in Palestine. So, and it just look a little bit green. So maybe we guess somewhere there. Oh, it was Jordan. Yeah, we didn't have, yeah. So I suppose the script there actually helped add to the challenge. We didn't have the black Jordan car, but yeah, couldn't quite make that language out there. I thought that might be just like a bilingual kind of sign there. But fair enough, it wasn't a bad guess at all. So yeah, on to the next. Trying to work out that language there. It looks a bit Spanish, but like I wouldn't have said this is Spain to begin with. Could be like northern Portugal. Maybe that's why it looks a bit weird. I don't know. What is that language? It could be northern Italy as well. It could be Italy, and I'm just misreading that a little bit. It could be Italian. It could be. So where do we want to guess here? France, Italy. I think, honestly, looking at these buildings again, I think it might be between France and Italy here. They just don't scream Spanish or Portuguese to me. But it's just the language that looks a bit like that. So I think as a hedge, we are going to guess, like, northern Italy. I think. I'm spending a little bit on this round, but it's a bit of a tricky round because, like, it was very green looking for where we probably are. So yeah, I'm just going to guess there. No, it was Italy. Okay, I'm glad I got the country right there. It was Italy. It didn't look like, yeah, the language there just didn't, it looked a bit more Spanish or something, but I suppose the longer you look at it, it does also look quite Italian as well. So yeah, the vibes ended up being fairly right there. Just a little bit more southern than I thought. It was very green looking though, wasn't it? It was very green looking, which did throw me off a little bit, but yeah, on to the next. Okay, it looks like we're on drawing on the left here. At first I thought straight away, I thought South Africa. Let's look at the sun. It's not going to help us really, but yeah, South Africa, or it could be Australia as well, because a lot with South Africa, a lot of the houses kind of they have like security gates, and they're boarded up a lot of time. And with this, I mean, that does look like it could be, yeah. So yeah, some of the houses in South Africa are like boarded up like this. You get a lot of like security gates around it, but because I looked at this and I was like, it's a bit more out in the open, isn't it? But I think I'm just trying to make sure I'm not like missing out any yellow road markings on the sides, because that would help very much so. But no, we don't. It's one of them. It's a bit of a toss-up between South Africa and Australia, but I think my first instinct was South Africa. It was South Africa, and I think it just looks a bit more like it with the soil colour, the grass as well. I associate it more with this part of the world, so I think we will guess here. It was, okay, it wasn't the west side, interesting. I didn't see any like distinctive mountains or anything, so I wouldn't have thought of it going there. But honestly, not bad 2 games to start off with at all. It's went a bit better than I thought. I thought the Google car might, not having the Google car might put us in more of a disadvantage, but maybe we've got a bit lucky with the seed. Or yeah, we'll try moving, but I can only move like, maybe we can only move 3 or 4 spaces from where we are. I like improvising on videos, as you've noticed a few times now. I like chucking in the odd like NNPs, well, not odd NPZ, but you know, I want to chuck in a bit more moving as well, so you get to see a bit more of the round. Try and explain a few more clues as well. So I think, yeah, we'll do a moving or two as well. So assume we're by the coast here. Let's to our south. And we have yellow plates as well, so I assume would be Colombia here. Ooh, but no. We also have like a Brazilian Argentinian plate. Let's just keep moving. So we've moved. Oh, that's a bit of a shit move. Yeah, we'll go to this sign, and well, that's as much as we can move. We've moved 4. Oh, I mean, it's not going to help us anyway. Okay then. Right. Where would coastline be like this? Okay, we'll return to the start. Yeah, we don't. Okay, we have a couple of yellow plates, but we don't actually have too many yellow plates. And it's closest to the south. I actually think we're probably in Brazil. Ceará is like a state in Brazil. Oh, hang on a minute. Ceará is a state in Brazil. Do we see any? Oh, yeah. No, you do get water tanks in Brazil on top of the houses and stuff. Do we see any of those? We don't yet. Okay, let's go 3 or 4 spaces down this way. No, we can't go any further. Oh, wait, it is Brazil. It is Brazil. I didn't see that sign. Okay. So, no, we are in Brazil. We are in Brazil, and I would assume then we are in Ceará. The state sign. But where would make sense? Unless Ceará just is like a word in this case, and it doesn't represent like a state or anything. Which would probably make sense, because how would it line up with ocean to the south? It wouldn't add up. I mean, it may be. I really don't know. I think we're just going to guess here. Okay. Manaus. Okay, I didn't get the vibe that was like so far in there. But yeah, that would explain it. With a massive river. The massive Amazon river. I just thought like the river was going out to the coast there. So I need to get actually a bit better at that, and like knowing when I'm actually like by a large river or when I'm by a coast, for example. But yeah, I thought like the river was going off into the coast somewhere over here. But evidently not. So fair enough. Fair enough. Not the best Brazilian guess there, but I'm glad I went with Brazil in the end. Next one. The next one looks like... Oh, we have English. Is this going to be Malta then? Yeah, I think we're just locking Malta straight away, because we have English. And, I mean, looks like we're drawing on the left as well. I mean, yeah, do we need to move? I don't think so. We'll just guess Malta. Imagine if he's wrong now. No, we're right, okay, yeah. It couldn't be anything else there. Just with the buildings and once you play with GeoGuessr for a bit, Malta's very distinguished? That's not the right word. Very distinctive. Very unique looking. A bit like Singapore, that kind of thing. Okay. So we have a concrete road. Like, orangey kind of soil colour as well. Interesting. So if we went for the concrete road, I'd say Brazil, but obviously it's just Southeast Asia looking at this now. Southeast Asia, got a concrete road, so it's more likely either Thailand or Philippines with this kind of concrete road. Okay, we just need to figure out a drawing direction, and then I think we'll be all good to like know where we're going. So we have quite a few bikes as well. Yeah, popular around this part of the world. I'd say I don't really want to move any further. Okay, so we're not really getting a driving direction, but I think judging off this will be in Philippines. I don't know. The orange soil colour is actually kind of screwing me over here, because it could be like a distinct, like just a part of Thailand that I forgot about that has this kind of soil colour. Yeah, actually, because if you think about it, logically, Cambodia does have soil colour like this, so maybe we are like there. No, it's Philippines. It was Philippines. I was actually going to go Philippines, but I went for the wrong logic there. So it was kind of like, yeah, this browny orangey soil colour. Just kind of got it mixed up with like Thailand, Cambodia, that kind of thing. But it's always going to be one of the two, wasn't it, with that kind of road? Unfortunate, but yeah. I'm not going to beat myself apart with that one. Okay. 4th round. Is that That's definitely not a flag. Just a leaf, a plant. Okay, looks like Spanish kind of looking here, so maybe we are back in Philippines again. Yeah, we have a single yellow in the middle, draw on the right, it looking like this. We have Spanish, but we also have a concrete. Yeah, we're just gonna go back in Philippines. When it wants to load. Okay. I refreshed the page and it took me into the final round. So we'll see at the end of the game. We'll see at the end of the game what if that was the right country, but I'm sure that was Philippines. Yeah, well, I think my internet just slowed down for a second and I refreshed the page. And it just loaded me onto the next round, so. Okay, so this is Nigeria. We have that kind of car with the antenna sticking out, but we also have more importantly, we have the police follow car here. So just assume would probably be in Lagos, or like just a big city like that. I think we've got all the clues we need here. I don't think we need to move. Yeah, we'll just guess Lagos. That's probably the most likely. It could be Ibadan or Benin City, something like that. But we'll go with Lagos. Oh no, Abuja, and the actual capital city, which I somehow forgot about. Fair enough. Okay, so we want to check that 4th round. Was that in Philippines? Oh no, right, okay. So that 4th round, I guess Philippines. Oh, right, okay. It wasn't actually Philippines, it was Guatemala. It was Guatemala. Oh, yeah, makes sense. I just thought with this road, it looked very Filipino. But yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Maybe just because I had a Philippines round the last time, but it just looked very Filipino to me this round. Let me know if that was a complete blunder, or if you guys would have actually made that same mistake. But I suppose that without the Google commenter there, that actually, I can see why I've mistaken that. I was so confident on being Philippines as well. That's funny. That is funny. Okay, we'll jump into one more game here. Okay, I've had to reload the game because the script was playing up a little bit. But we're in our final game here. And yeah, so I mean this. Oh no, this might be a bit tricky, but we do have bollards there. Yeah, so we're gonna be okay. This on the surface looks like a difficult round, but we should be in Turkey here because of that bollard. It looks quite similar to the Australian one, but yeah, and all the chevron colours as well. Turkey used those chevron colours, and also because it's quite distinctive as well because. We're along the north coast, since we're in the north and we're along the coast here. So once you figure that out, it's quite easy to know you're somewhere along the north coast of Turkey. I've actually got pretty good at like identifying that. I've had a few rounds on Turkey's north coast. Right, it's a little bit tricky because we don't really have much to work off. We don't see much. Yeah, we really don't see that much to line up with, to be honest. So it's probably just gonna be a guess along the north coast, maybe. Maybe some, where does it kind of peaks out? You can't really tell, can you really? It kind of bends a little bit. I think we're probably a bit more on the western side. Somewhere here. Oh, okay, pretty good guess. Yeah, I'll take that. That's a solid guess. I identify like the curve of the coast there. And it just kind of lined up a little bit with that, but yeah, that's a really good guess. Okay, this one. If I would do another Insane Guesses compilation, that will make the cut. Even though it wasn't as hard as it looked, I think to get that close was still impressive. So I think that will make the cut. Yeah, it looks like. Just trying to work out if it was Europe or North America. There, but I assume. Looks quite like the Alps, doesn't it, with that mountain top there? Just look. See, it could be. Yeah, I think we are in the Alps. I'm just trying to work out exactly where, but I think maybe if we just do a hedge because I don't really have any idea of working out what country we are just off this. It's just somewhere in the Alps, I think. However, I would say it looks slightly warmer looking. Maybe a few more trees on there. I think I'm going to guess Italy because of that. Southern Alps. Nope. I went from that Turkey guess to that. I did consider it. I was struck between Europe and North America at first. Because of the mountain. The mountain looked quite alpine, but also didn't at the same time. Interesting. Yeah, no, the kind of they cross my mind, but yeah, they do have those stop signs, don't they, as well? So that makes sense. Tricky round, going from that to that though. It's quite funny. Yeah, no, it looks quite alpine, but also, yeah, it does look quite British Columbia as well. Okay, this one. Yeah, so Southern Hemisphere, and that's about as much as we've got to work off. We don't even have a plate either. It's not ideal. We have a sign. So I was thinking it's either Brazil or Argentina, I think. I was thinking Uruguay as well, maybe. It could be Uruguay as well. But I'm just getting a bit more of a Brazil, Argentina kind of vibe off this. I don't think these look. I don't want to. I was gonna say I was gonna say these don't look Brazilian to me, but you know what I mean. I'm not the best on polls, so that might be that might not be correct in what I'm saying there. I think I'm just gonna guess Northern Argentina, because I think the soil colour as well would kind of add up with that. Yeah, close to Uruguay. I'm glad I got that. It was Argentina, but yeah, it was close to Uruguay, which I did mention as well. Yeah, maybe I should have clicked a bit close to Uruguay because of the soil colour there. Alright, I mean, yeah, we should be in Kazakhstan, even though it's trying its best to cover up the Google car, but obviously, maybe for the odd round, it's not gonna do that. But I just want to make sure this is definitely Kazakhstan. Yeah, that should be, yeah. We have Northern Mountains. I'm sure this is the Kazakhstan truck, but obviously since I can only see this bit of it, I was just making sure it wasn't like an obscure Russian car or something. Or like being Russia but close to Kazakhstan, that kind of thing. But we have those mountains to the north of us, which is... Let's zoom out a bit, there we go. Which is a bit interesting. Is there any big mountains up on this side? See, I was thinking we probably could be in the east, around this side actually. Maybe I was a little bit quick to guess there, but I mean, yeah, that does make sense. There are like, yeah, places around here that I was trying to line up with mountains to the north, so that makes sense as well. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have guessed so close to water there, because we didn't really see much of it, did we? But not to worry. I'm glad we've got Kazakhstan there, even though the Google card wasn't completely hid. And the final round of the video. Final round. Okay. So looks like again we're in the Southern Hemisphere. Looking like this. See, with these kind of fencing, yeah, I would point to South America here. Just reminds me of what, yeah, and this is kind of colour as well. I think this is either Brazil or Uruguay, but looks a bit too green for Uruguay. But also, while I'm saying this, I think I'm actually more convinced it's Uruguay. With this just kind of soil colour, but the haziness on the camera as well. The flatness, yeah, it's also how flat it is. It's so flat, and if it's flat like this, I think it's best. Yeah, I think it's Uruguay. I think we might be quite northern here, so maybe like, yeah. I don't. Nah. Let's go up here. Oh, nice. Okay, it was just in Argentina, but like, yeah, the logic overall made sense there. So we've had 2 rounds really close to the border. I'm pretty sure it looks, yeah, very similar place to the last location as well there. But yeah, makes sense. I mean, that's a good guess, even though wrong country, that is still a good guess. Pretty consistent showing throughout this video. Yeah, if you want to see more of this or different kind of stuff like this, where I'm like no Google car or maybe no compass or something, if I can do that. But yeah, hope you have enjoyed this video. Take care and see you in the next video.